So today, I'm Sam, this is Manchett Security, and as you can see, it's not just events we do. I'm stood here in front of this massive digger, going to tell you what else we do as a business, show you around some of our man garden and dog sites, and give you a little bit more of the insight into what we do as a business. Come on, let's go. Welcome back, episode 7 or 8 I think it is, but neither here nor there. Obviously after a heavy weekend last weekend, this weekend we thought we'd do something different and show you all about our static sites, our dog sites, and what else we do as a business. So today, this one here, number 1 of the visits, we are at Hinckley for a new project that started for us recently with our security dog services. Come on inside and let's show you around.
Careful you don't get your nice white daps
Oh, no, that's what I'm worried about, mate. Do you know what I mean? White trainers and that. So, what's been happening? Well, let's start off with OCS have bought Mighty for 3.1 billion. I'm still struggling to run a business. My head's off its nut. Staffing issues, client issues, sites all over the country. And I'm still out here living my best life, trying to do what we can do. 17 years in this game, and I can tell you, we love every single second of it. So, it's not always tea and roses. It's always not win-win-wins. You win and lose. But that's business, and we're here to document it all, show you it all, and also just be real. That's what it's about. So Manchett Security, today, Hinckley. What we're doing here, so this is an early enabling part of our contract. So for the first 6 weeks, the ground workers are in doing the levels, lime stabilisation, and early enabling works. Anyone that understands the construction industry will know what early enabling works are. So the purpose of us being here today is to ensure that we're here for the protection of the assets, the machines, the diesels, vice versa. So what do we do and how do we do it looking after this site? So our NASDU qualified dog handlers arrive. They will perform hourly patrols. They will ensure that the site integrity, the assets and the protection of the site is kept secure throughout the shift. It is shift work. So what does that look like? It looks like this. 12-hour shifts, 14-hour shifts, some are 10-hour shifts. It all depends on the project requirements and who the client are. So what we do here is when the staff finish work and the machines are finished for the day, our teams will come in, have a catch up with the site manager, make sure there's no issues that they need to be aware of, and then go from there. They'll then patrol throughout the course of the night, ensuring that the logbooks are completed, they're in uniform, and obviously when we hand the site back to the site team the next morning, that it's in the same condition that they left it in today. A big part of what we do is also the health and safety element. As you can see here around us, lots of holes, trip hazards, works ongoing, open excavations, and big machinery. Big machinery is an attraction for kids. The school holidays have started, but there is such a bigger element of the safety side that we have to be here and make sure that we protect and look after. So come on, Will, let's show them around.
What, do we get to go on a digger?
Only if you're well behaved.
Ah, yes.
I'm worried about me trainers.
Do you want to borrow my safety boots?
I've got mine in the boot as well, you know.
At least one of us came dressed for work.
I've got my safety boots in the boot and all my high vis and that.
Oh, well done.
There we go. Early enabling works will be completed in 6 weeks. As you can see here, they're already doing a lot of the groundworks and the preparation with the lime stabilisation and vice versa. 1.5 million square foot this site is going to be of warehouse space. Once that's completed, the main contractor will then hand back over to the owner, who will then retail, lease, and different businesses will come in, and this will then become an operational hub. As you would have seen from our projects we've done in Bedford, click here to see the Instagram links to see what we're doing there. We do a lot of logistical hub construction firms work. So i.e. that we work with those clientele that work in a commercial space for large scale projects to provide asset protection, canine protection and man guarding, along with our guard patrol systems that are all linked in together to provide that level of protection for those people that are working and building these whopping great big spaces to further increase the economy and the space that businesses have for the logistical centres. Obviously, as this carries on, due to the size of it and the cost element, so anything within our industry is very cost basis. Any quantity surveyors out there you'll know, or any commercial managers, cost is everything to these projects. So we will increase our teams with CCTV towers, man guarding, alarm systems, as well as the dogs. So then it becomes a combined service. So by doing a combined service, you're getting the best of both worlds. You've got the technology that is early intervention that can, with the AI technology today, will identify immediately, and then the guarding and the canine services can then respond to those hot zones. It's a perfect way of building a combined service delivery to all end clients and also reducing the costs, because ultimately any security on any construction project has a cost associated that has to be swallowed by the main contractor or by the client. So working closely with our clients, we build a system that is best for their requirements to ensure that everything is being hit all the time. Listen, thank you, yeah? I'll see you soon.
Bro.
Take care.
Thank you.
God
bro.
bless.
Thank you.
Oh, that was a fun day looking at some mud.
It's not all glitz and glamour.
That was fun, Samuel.
It was indeed. It was indeed. We are now on our way back into Birmingham City Centre to visit a site we've got over there with some static man guarding on it that we're looking forward to telling you all about. And then who knows after that. But thank you for your attendance today, Willie. It is much appreciated.
You know, it's a question though. If
Fire away.
I ever wanted to retire as a videographer and be a dog handler, what would I have to do?
That is a good question.
I would say at the moment, looking after you, I am a dog handler, but if I wanted to be a proper one.
Well, there's a few things that you need to do in order to do that. So first of all, you need to go and do your either a door supervisor license or a security guard and SIA license from an approved centre. Once you've then got that, you would then need to look at into one, if you want to be employed directly with a business and get given a company dog, or if you're going to do it yourself. Once you've done that, you then go on to a NASDO level 2 course, which would then be delivered by a NASDO approved training centre. Once you've gone through that training process, you then become qualified. The main thing to take note to that is that you need to make sure that if you're going to do that, that you get a teaming certificate, which means it's for you and the dog. If you do it for just the individual and your dog's not licensed, then technically you need to go back and do a re-team with your dog. So make sure you always do the teaming certificate.
Yeah.
And then once you're qualified, you'll then be able to operate as a legal standing, security patrol dog handler in the UK market.
A question you probably won't know the answer to, but what kind of dog does it have to be?
Now, that is a good thing. So again, going back to the NASDO standards for anyone that, procures dog services or understands the security dog service industry that we work in. So there's guidelines on what is approved to be a working dog in the UK. So your standard things like German Shepherds, Rottweilers, Dobermans, your Belgian Malinois are the most common that you see. Different awarding bodies will have different licensing to allow other dogs to come through, but from us as a business and what we look for out of our dog handlers, it'd be a German Shepherd, a Belgian Malinois, Rottweiler or a Doberman. They're the most common working dogs that you're going to see working across the UK markets.
So I couldn't sign up with my miniature dachshund.
Well, you know what? I'm not saying that some companies do it. I'm not going to throw heat at them, but there has been rumours before. But no, unfortunately, not. That wouldn't pass the licensing requirements.
You can sniff out chicken from a mile away.
I bet it can, and hot dog sausages. As part of the NASDO requirements, so there's certain elements. There's a theory part of it, there's a veterinary part of it, as well as the obedience, the man work. So it's a combination of putting all of those bits together throughout the length of the course. Sitting an exam for the theory part, and then the practical part, which is assessed by an external assessor. So even the trainer on the day that you've been training with, they won't do your assessment. A third party comes in, and of course there's a big difference between being course ready and operationally ready. A lot of work needs to go into the puppy side of it to bring a dog onto the environmentals and understanding what needs to go into a working dog. A lot of people think a working dog just turns up and goes to work, but there's so many variables that we see on these projects and sites across the UK where a metal steel case on a construction site, you'll be surprised how many dogs won't walk up it because they've never been, they've not been trained to walk up it, they've not seen it. Again, the environmentals are so important for any young dog or any dog that's working in this industry.
Okay, so I have some more questions for you.
Go for it, what have you got?
Well, mainly I'd like to know what services do you provide as a business?
So a lot of the viewers and the people who watch what we do and see what we post online, like anything any business does, we only post what we want you to see. So you'll see a heavy post of the event sector. But the other services we provide is the static man guarding, which is basically security guards, security dog section, so the patrol dogs, drugs dogs, explosive detection dogs, along with our pyro dogs. We do our temporary solutions, which is the CCTV towers, the temporary alarm systems, fire alarm systems for vacant properties and construction projects. And then we've also got our mobile patrol services. So there are sort of key elements. We do a lot of steel sheeting for vacant properties, bailiff repossessions, commercial rent arrears, etc. But again, that sort of rolls into our temporary services division and what we do temps wise. Everything's built around your requirements. So the idea is when we get the engagement from a client, we sit down with them, we understand what they're looking for, the reason they believe they need security, what our solutions are, understanding the budgets. Location wise, obviously we are a nationwide business. We're very lucky with our recruitment and our deployment capabilities to be able to manage those nationwide deployments, which again makes us bespoke to what we do to our clients. So we don't just stick to a region. You know, we've got projects running down in Portsmouth, Southampton, up in Newcastle, Birmingham, where we are now. So we are spread across the country, which is managed from the head office in Essex, but again, delivered in line with our clients' requirements.
Another important question. You're good, yeah?
I'm all good, yeah.
All good, yeah. Okay, next question. How did you get into security?
So
I don't need your whole life story. I just want...
Were you trying to tell me I talk too much?
No.
Oh, okay. So the short answer of that is I grew up in this industry. My mum and dad have owned a protection company for many, many years. And from a very early age, I always wanted to follow my father's footsteps. He's a huge role model for me. And I owe him and my mum everything for where I am today and who I am today as a person. And the introduction to the industry and where we are today is because of them. And it's been just from as young as I remember, this industry was all I knew and all I know. So yeah, that's how I got into it. And 17 years later, I'm still here having a go, trying to crack on, trying to make something out of it. But yeah, here we are.
So a question I've obviously been dying to ask you, I totally wrote myself, was what do you think the OCS buyout of Mighty will do for the security/FM industry?
I mean, I think that's a fantastic question.
Thank you.
Would you be able to care to explain to the viewers what FM means?
Yeah, facility management.
Oh, okay, fair enough. No, look, going back, I think it's absolutely massive for the industry. You know, OCS have acquired Mighty for £3.1 billion. You know, for a portfolio that they have, both have been very heavy in the acquisition markets for a number of years. I think buying power for them now is going to be phenomenal. You know, they are going to be the leaders in it. You know, they're going to be combined and be super, super strong. What I do think is there's clients that won't like Mighty and there's clients that won't like OCS that are with one or the other at the moment, and combining the two, there might be a little bit of, you know, contract management around that. I also think that it's going to massively open up the gaps for the industry that, you know, with clients that have got the £1 to £5 million spend on those contract values. Because again, you know, working with such powerhouse animals that they are going to be, there will be clients that won't want to do that because they'll be very restricted in sort of their flexibility. So again, for us as a business and numerous other businesses across the UK, although this is a major part of the industry, that's good, isn't it? What happens now then? I was just mid-flow giving it my best then. So is that the end of question time?
So I know it stopped, but why?
Well, isn't this just fantastic? I told you I should have stuck to my own camera kit and got rid of you when you went on your honeymoon.
Probably overheated from all the waffle.
Wow.
It was good waffle. Can you remember where you got to, or shall I move on to the next question? No. So Sam, what do you think that the OCS buyout of Mighty will do for the security/facility management industry?
You know what? I think first and foremost, congratulations to both parties. I think it's massive. It's a huge £3.1 billion. I mean, listen, those numbers are not heard of very often, are they, in any business? I think the key there is there's going to be clients that don't like OCS that use Mighty. There's going to be clients that use OCS but don't like Mighty. You know, the buying power they're going to have is just phenomenal now. But what I would say is, and I think what is exciting for myself as a business and numerous other businesses in our spaces, is that there's going to be clientele that won't want to leave their portfolio with them because of the risk. You know, most businesses in the FM and the security world is risk-based. You know, working and having contracts with someone that is going to be as big as those is going to be phenomenal, and it's going to open up massive opportunities for other businesses to tender, and also clients are going to look elsewhere. You know, they're going to have an interest in going elsewhere. So I think as much as it's great for all involved, and you know they are going to become an extremely big name very quickly once that merger is completed. It's also exciting for us and other people in this space.
And can you just do me a favour?
Yes.
Say if you're old Nigel that's just sat on the toilet and scrolled across Manchett Security on YouTube.
Yeah.
What is OCS and Mighty?
OCS and Mighty are facilities management companies, so they will provide everything from soft and hard services, so it could be landscaping, it could be M&E, fire alarm testing, installation, access control, security officers, dogs. So you're 9 times out of 10, any building that someone, the Joe Blog member of public have been to, would be managed or looked after by one of those FM providers. So you know, if you go into a bank, it will have a facilities management provider, Asda's will have a facilities management provider. And I think that's what the key is. It's the things that you probably don't see day to day that you think, you know, oh, there's a little team of maintenance men out there doing that. 9 times out of 10 isn't. It's outsourced and managed by an FM provider.
You mentioned Asda.
Yes.
Can we buy a pack of donuts because you ate all the jam ones last week?
Unfortunately, there is no donuts on offer because I cannot be trusted around a ground donut.
I know.
As you would have seen on a previous reel, if you haven't. Lovely job.
I went to have a jam one and you'd eaten them all, there was only custard.
I don't like custard, so you're more than welcome to the custard.
I know,
ones.
you helped yourself to all 5 jam ones. So when you're contracted to do an event, is there like a legal minimum of security required per volume of customers, or is it completely up to the client's discretion?
No, so event-based solutions or event security stewarding requirements are based on risk and you know things like guidance of the Purple Guide. There's numerous factors that we have to take into account, so it's not just as simple as someone rings up and says, oh, I've got an event, I want some staff, can you do it? There's a lot more that goes into it, and there's probably a lot more that the clients don't see as well as the staff on the ground don't see, so you have to risk assess it based on the artist, the numbers, the venues, the genre of music it is, what that's going to attract, who that's going to attract, how does that change, the counter-terrorism part of it. So once you've worked all that out and you've got an understanding of the site layout, the site mapping, you know how many tickets they're going to sell, plus the crew, if it's camping, you then put together a plan, a security management plan or event security management plan, which will then support that application and then go to SAG meetings with the local authorities and put your proposal forward. There's no sort of legal regulation of it, but good practice is in line with the Purple Guide. And you know, I think any reputable business will understand that, and anyone that doesn't ask those questions when someone is inquiring for those services, that is a red flag. You know, it doesn't matter if it's 2 guys on a door somewhere or if it's 150 guys out at an event. Questions need to be asked to make sure you have a full understanding of the risk profile, the venue, vice versa, to make sure you can deliver that. And also, you know, staff well-being, staff safety, as much as customer safety, is paramount. And without that information, it's very unlikely that you're going to be able to effectively provide that level of service to a standard that, you know, should be taking place at any of those events.
And that's all for question time with Willie.
So we're just about to pull up at our second site visit of the night, or the afternoon, should I say. It's 5 to 8, so we're still out on the road, still got 4 hours to get home, but you know, we get it done, flying the flag, as Mr. Taroni would say, who I actually met for the first time today, may I add. Great setup, fantastic business, and let me assure you that yard is a madness. So yeah, we're pulling up now, we'll go in, see the officer here. We have to be a little bit careful here with who the client is, so there will be bits that we won't be able to show you, but we'll give you an overview of what we're doing there. It's very different to the one that you've just seen us at. It's an operational facility, so there's lots going on, there's clients about, staff about, members of the public about as well. So it's vital that we capture it in the right way. But this is a man guarding site, so we have security guards on this site, 1 by day, 1 by night, 7 days a week. And this is a full-time contract, so this is one of our permanent contract works. You'll see that we show a lot of ad hoc work we do, but it doesn't take away from our permanently contracted work. So as you wouldn't have seen, because obviously we can't film inside the facility, unfortunately. We've been here, we've checked on the officers, had a walk through the buildings and the warehouse space just to make sure everything's in order and being delivered in line with what the client's expectations are. That will be us done now. Really sorry we can't show you inside, but obviously due to the contract and the conditions we've got within it, we couldn't get the permission for the filming. Unfortunately, there will be other projects that we will be able to show you in more depth. But again, it just goes to show, you know, this is a tiny part of our portfolio in Birmingham. We're now going to make our way back down towards London and see what else is there and pop into a couple of other sites on the way. As always, find out more about what we do as a business by visiting the link, which is manchett-security.com, and we will be happy to discuss any of our services with you. As always, it's not always the highs, it's not always the lows. We're very honest, very open. We don't get it right all the time, but what we do is we look after the people that look after us, and we work closely with our clients to deliver that bespoke service that they are looking for. Based in Essex, nationwide coverage. As always, thank you very much. That's this episode done. Next Sunday, 5 PM, we'll see you there. Like, follow, subscribe.
Hi guys, it's Sam.
I'm back here again.
Welcome to my crib.
Innit? Ready?
I'm ready whenever you are.
Yeah, I'm ready. So here we are, a week on.
Sir, I picked you.
No, it's good, it's good. Right, ready?
Mm-hmm.
We are here back at, we're gonna go, now.